boo. What's going on?
That's my boo-boo.
You're so pregnant. You look cute, though.
Thank you.
I've seen some pregnant people that look like, ooh, that looks pink.
Well, thank you, Jerome. I appreciate it. I think I look like a chipmunk.
What? Why do you look like a chipmunk to me?
Because they have fat cheeks.
But you look good.
Well, thank you, Jerome. I wanted to show you something.
Uh-oh, what do you
I
have?
had my ultrasound done.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
What?
he looks like Adam.
Jerome, you don't see me in there at all?
Hold the picture back up. Heck no.
No?
Do you see you in there at all? That's a negative.
I'm trying. I think he has my nose.
He does not have your nose.
Ah, okay. I know he looks like Adam, but I just want him to look like me too.
Your husband is white. Your daddy is white.
I'm aware of this, Jerome, but I am holding on to some hope that he will come out looking a little bit like me. You know, it just forces me to think. Going through high school, I did have some issues being biracial.
Right.
Who knows what he's going to experience.
Whether he looks like me, whether he looks like you, he's gonna experience a lot of things because it just comes with the time.
Yeah, I have to prepare myself for the things that are going to be said and to let him know that shouldn't affect him. I never really thought of how people are going to perceive him racially, but there will be times when people ask. And I don't know how my son is gonna identify himself. It's just something that I'm gonna have to deal with, whereas Tia won't.
Why? Because Creed's a little darker, you mean? Mm-hmm. Don't even go in thinking about that.
Okay.
If he's your complexion, if he's my complexion, if he's Adam's complexion, don't even worry about that. There'll be some things that Creed deals with that your son wants to deal with. I mean, there'll always be something.
Okay.
Don't
I
stress
miss
out.
you, Jerome.
I miss you too, sweetums. I love you, boo.
I love you, love you. Bye. Oh my gosh, I have cottage cheese in my knees now. Look at the baby's face.
My goodness. This looks like Adam.
Yep, everyone says it. I was talking to Jerome, and he said the exact same thing. He was like, well, you know he's not gonna come out looking like me. But I never really thought about that. You know me, I'm biracial. Whereas he's gonna be a quarter black, and then I immediately thought, oh my gosh, isn't Talitha a quarter black? I've known Talitha ever since college, and I thought it was important to pick her brain and just talk to her about how she perceives herself racially.
It's funny, my parents always raised us where it was never an issue. Like, we never really talked about it, but I see myself as mixed.
When did you first discover, though, that you were different?
I was in high school, and this friend of mine couldn't go to prom with a guy because he was black, and it hit me that there are people that still feel that way. And so I think that's what really, and then I remember somebody saying to me, like, even if you just have a little bit of black, you still would have been discriminated against.
Back in the day, that's how it was. They had this 1 drop of black blood rule. So if you have 1 drop of black blood, you're black. I found out in school, this is literally what they would say. If there was a black line and a white line, which line would you stand in? So we went home and we asked our mom. And our mom was like, well, in America, you are black.
He probably won't ever identify himself as being black.
Oh, girl, no. It is gonna be confusing. People, you know, he's gonna say, yeah, I have black in me, but he may not look like it, but he has that culture. I just have to prepare my son on how to handle that. And I know I have to talk to Adam about that too.
You guys will have to be united, and what do you say to your son? If he says, am I black or am I white?
Yeah. One, two. Huh. Hi. Hi. You're in the bed again? Yeah. What's going on, honey? Oh, Lord. Are you okay? Is everything okay? What's all this? Wait. Honey, Those are just my options for going out. I want to look nice, and you know, I always want to share my bump, but I really think I passed that.
What?
Stuff that's too tight. So maybe I'll go with black.
Are you up for going out?
I want to have a party because not only is this party for me, it's for my girlfriends as well. Because I had a conversation with Andrea. She just started bawling.
Oh, wow.
Because usually, whenever we would go out, it was us. But now that Adam and I are not just married, but we're having a baby, she knows that dynamic is completely different.
Yeah, but Tamera, sometimes you have to understand this. And when you are a mom, there are gonna be times where you're gonna be like, I wanna hang out with my girls, but I am tired, I'm exhausted.
That's why I'm having this dinner, because I know that.
I think that you should do it, but I just want you to practice a little bit within your mind, because sometimes you always think about other people and you don't really think about yourself. Tamera is in the business of pleasing people. She doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. The idea was great at the time, you know, to have this great party and to go out, but
She's pregnant.
and guess what? Your friends will understand. And if they don't, they weren't your friends in the first place.
With Andrea telling me to rest, Latham telling me to rest, and you're telling me to rest, I think I will be doing my body harm
Yeah.
if I don't rest.
You know what? I have an idea. How about you bring everyone here and we can have like a dinner or something?
I actually think that's a great idea. Tamera, you're 9 months pregnant. You have to sit out, and you can enjoy your girlfriends at home. I talked to Talitha.
Okay.
We had this really interesting conversation, and it's something that I never really thought about, and it's about our son. And it's basically about how people see us being mixed and biracial, you know? I really wanted to pick Tia's brain about all of this because Tia and I definitely have experienced this together. I see myself
As black. So do I. But I think that everybody has different perceptions of what they think you are.
Yeah. To me, I never saw that as, oh my gosh, it's a huge problem, we're different or whatever, because mom and dad both incorporated both of their cultures in our lives. We never grew up going, oh, our mom is black and our dad is white until we went to school. So, and that's
Until
what
I was called the word one time. And then I remember I went home going to mom and I said, Mom, someone called me the word. That's when she opened up the whole race conversation, and it's always been just weird.
I hate talking about it.
Me too.
And so did Talitha. So their family never focused on that. Their family focused more on who they were as people.
I don't even walk around thinking like that.
Neither do I.
I see culture.
But like thinking and talking to Talitha made me think of, what is my son gonna go through? Because he's obviously gonna have a different experience than your son.
What do you mean he's gonna have a different experience?
For example, do you and Corey ever deal with, oh, you're the white man's,
Oh,
or
jeez.
oh, that's what I get called. Or Adam gets,
That is
oh, I
disgusting.
prefer my milk white.
Sorry. That's so dumb to me.
It's dumb and it's funny until it hits you, and then it hits your child. So I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid,
What
Tamera.
he's gonna go
I
through.
know, but why?
Because we deal with it.
I know, but you know what though? This is what
We
you have to
deal with
understand
it.
with.
We'll be fine until our kid goes to school.
Somebody's gonna call him, you know, the word one day, and you're gonna want to kill him.
And I never thought about that, but
I
unfortunately,
know.
this is what we have to deal with.
My son has been a victim of people calling him mean names, but at the end of the day, you have to be the bigger person, and then we have to instill within our children to love.
This is what I'm gonna teach my child. I'm gonna say you're all of those things.
Yeah.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna instill all those cultures, make sure that he knows what he is on every aspect.
And that's amazing.
And then teach him it's not what you look like, it's who you are. Are you getting excited?
Yeah, I'm just ready for him to be here.
Let you tell it.
Hurry up.
I think more than anything, the classes that I've taken, it's really just making me aware of the reality that our son is coming, and he's coming soon. So I had a conversation with Talitha about how people see us racially. I mean, it's obvious that you're white.
I am?
Adam is white. Whereas for me, growing up, people would ask me, are you Puerto Rican? Are you Ethiopian? People always feel like they have to put a label on you.
Talitha said something that was very interesting. Her father is actually mixed like Tia and I are. He considers himself as black, and you know I consider myself as black. And same with our family. She never really saw color in our family, so she never saw her dad as being different than her.
Right.
It was only when a child at school said, oh, your dad is darker. How come you don't look like your dad? So how are we going to handle that? Like, what are your thoughts on when someone asks our son, how come you don't really look like your mom?
I don't see it being an issue. I mean, the one thing we have going for us that you and Talitha did was that it's, 30 years later in the world, one, and two, and if that happens, tell them the truth. You're mixed. Embrace it.
Our son is gonna ask me and Adam, and we have to come to him as a unit.
There is going to be a time, maybe when I pick him up from school, that he will experience exactly what Talitha and I experienced. That's your mom? You know what I mean?
Right. I look forward to actually having that conversation with him when he can understand that and say, listen, you do look like both of us. You got the best of both of us.
That's how I thought. I mean, I was very grateful for my mom and my dad, and I think I have the best of both worlds.
You do. You don't separate them out. You don't go, this is my black life, this is my white life. You don't do that. You just live life.
Yeah.
And that's the way I want our son to be.
We're gonna love our son no matter what.
Absolutely. We're gonna teach him
He's gonna be
to love
fine.
everybody else.
Yeah. So
We'll be
cheers
good.
to a happy delivery and to being amazing parents.
And to you eventually having a real mojito.
Yes.